At the January 28th Sorghum U in Perryton, Texas, Rick Kochenower covered sorghum management for top yields. Kochenower, National Sales Agronomist for Sorghum Partners, discussed the importance of pre-emergence, irrigation, and hybrid selection.
Here at Perryton, I talked a little bit of weed control and hybrid selection, trying to match up hybrid maturity with planting dates. When was the ideal time to irrigate in a limited irrigation scenario? And then again, talked about the importance of weed control and overall production of grain sorghum and what effect just a couple of weeds can have on yield. I actually had studies when I was with OSU where 2 pigweeds in a 20-foot plot actually cost me 30 bushels yield. So to use that to illustrate just how much yield can be limited by just a small amount of weeds.
Right.
Well, if you're first time growing grain sorghum, you know there's grain sorghum is a crop. If you treat it like a crop, it'll respond like a crop, and that includes your hybrid selection, your planting date, how much fertilizer you put down, and what kind of weed management program you have, whether it be pre-emergent, post-emergent, pre-season burn down, and those kind of scenarios. All of those play an impact on grain sorghum yields. Really 3 critical times when we need moisture for grain sorghum. About 30 to 35 days after grain sorghum emerges, head size is determined. And basically that's yield potential. Everything that happens from, basically 35 days after that crop till we harvest it, we either maintain yield or lose yield. So, but it's critical that we try to time our irrigation event or make sure we have moisture at 30 to 35 days after emergence. The next critical stage is at boot stage, which is pre-anthesis or pre-flowering. So if we're going to irrigate, we want to irrigate at that boot stage so we got moisture there during the flowering process of the plant. And then one that some producers tend to forget about sometimes is about halfway through grain fill, or 3/4 of the way through grain fill, we want to put another shot of water on to maintain the health of that plant. So we've got carbon going to that. That plant is synthesizing and it's making carbon to send to that seed, so it's not robbing it out of the stalk, and it helps on standability.
For more information, visit hpj.com/sorghumu.